Okay, I got a call today. Y'all know I don't do a lot of reactions, but I got a call and they wanted me to take a look at this undisputed episode today. I guess Shannon Sharp is a little upset about what Kwame Brown had to say about LeBron and his performance the other night. So this is my first time hearing it. So everything coming out is just gonna be raw and unedited. And let's see what we got here. And I'll stop it to interject when I feel like I need to make a point.
You can FedEx it,
Yeah.
overnight it to you. All right, guys. Former first overall pick and Laker Kwame Brown went off on LeBron, failing to force overtime or win Game 4 against the Nuggets. Whew, he didn't hold back. Check it out.
I have never seen a guy of your caliber, supposed caliber, you don't even get a shot off. You supposed to be the best scorer in the game. You got all these points, but you were looking for a bailout again. Kobe Bryant would have probably looked at it, rose up for a three, and won the game. Throughout history, people are gonna, the little nerds are gonna look up your stat line, and they're gonna say he got to be the greatest player that ever played the game, and people who actually play are gonna know that is.
All right, first, LeBron has got a lot of criticism about not taking the last shot, not having the same disposition as Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, or even somebody we could look at today like a Jimmy Butler, right? So he's always been criticized for not having that intangible in his toolkit. I always talk about measurables against intangibles or unmeasurables, right? So his measurables are off the chart: 6'9", 265 pounds, run a 4.3, 50-inch vertical. I don't know, right? Great IQ, all of these things. But it's always been my opinion that he's a little stiff, right? More power than finesse. He don't have no finesse moves. That's why I always felt like he couldn't get to the rim or do some things at the end of games and create his own shot because he can't really get you off the dribble like that. So that's how I always felt. Now, in relation to what Kwame is saying, I mean, I thought he got fouled, just my opinion, but hey, no foul was called. I can't tell you what was in his head, whether or not he was looking for a foul. I know he took it to the basket at the end of the game against, the criticism he's received for the last 20 years. Right? He was going to the bucket. He got triple team. So if he throws it out of the triple team, what y'all gonna say then? Right? So to me, I think if any weakness, it's a mental weakness because he shouldn't even care about what nobody got to say. He should be doing his thing out there because I can say that much. Jordan wouldn't have gave a damn, and Kobe wouldn't have gave a damn. Barkley wouldn't have gave a damn. Isaiah Thomas, Bird, none of them would have cared about what y'all was writing and saying in the media or as fans. They'd have went out there and played their game and did their thing the way they do it. So now let's hear what Shannon got to say. Let's get into this.
Tell us how you really feel, Kwame. Shannon, what's your reaction to his thoughts?
I just don't know what's his end game here. You talking about what Kobe would have done? What would you have been done? What would you have done? You're the number one overall pick.
Yeah.
I don't get it because LeBron was in a no-win situation. People say, LeBron, why would you settle for a three? Why would you shoot a step back this? He drives the ball. Jamal Murray does a great job of tying him up. And even as he holds onto the ball, he's trying to get the shot up. Aaron Gordon blocks it. Now you said, well, he should have pulled up. It's easy to say what you should have done after the fact of knowing what has happened.
Yep.
And Skip, he said, you're supposed to be great? Really, Kwame, of all the people, he should never, ever question anybody's greatness. Because this is what we know. If there's a Mount Rushmore for busts in the NBA history, whether he's the first head, the second head, the third, or the fourth, he's on Mount Rushmore of bust NBA players. There's no question. And then he's going to question a guy that's, whether you say he's first, second, he's top five of the greatest players to ever play. I remember I heard him talk when Kobe scored 81. He's talking about he's hitting damn good screens. Really? Dude, you the number one pick in the draft, and you talk about you setting screens.
Yep.
Talk about the games that you played. Talk about the game-winning shots you hit. Skip, look, I get it. Kobe and Mike was graceful. They were elegant. They were Baryshnikov.
Yep.
But it's just not true. They haven't hit more game-winning shots than LeBron. The numbers don't lie. You can just go look it up, Kwame. You have plenty of time. Hell, you own your farm down in Georgia. You got plenty of time. You ain't playing no hoops. You should.
Okay, let's look it up. Y'all want to see how we do this? We gonna do this. All right. Most game winning shots in the NBA. Let's take a look. Let's see what they got here. All right. This is the Ringer. That's a pretty good site. So we got James Jordan, right? Uh huh. Carl Braun, Cliff Hagan, Jerry West, World B. Free, Greg Ballard, Larry Bird, Bill Laimbeer, John Stockton, Chuck Person. Oh shit! Stack, Mo, Monte, Rudy, Kevin, right? Vince Carter. This is the three pointers in NBA history. Vince Carter, 5 shots. Most butter beaters from 30 plus feet. Vince Carter. All right. Most points in game with buzzer beater. So they had a buzzer beater and they had the most points. Fred Brown, y'all don't even know who that is. Gilbert Arenas, 2 shots. Um, Packer, Mr. Pistol Packer. Damon Litter and your boy Russell Westbrook. All right. We scrolling through the Ringer to see what the Ringer say. Most 2-point buzzer beaters. Joe Johnson, Michael Jordan. LeBron James is at the bottom with 5. All right. Now, most postseason buzzer beaters. This is what they talking about right here. Now, on the Ringer, you can look it up. Most postseason buzzer beaters. We got LeBron James at 5. Jordan at 3. We don't even see Kobe. Right? So if we go back to what his argument to Kwame is right now, he's won some points because he's making a valid point, and that is LeBron got the most buzzer beaters. So the narrative against LeBron being scared to take a shot, you can't be scared to take shots if you got the most buzzer beaters. That don't go together. Come on, y'all.
Still been in the NBA. But you want to take a shot because this is your thing, Skip. Look what he did. Everybody, he was trending. He got exactly what he wanted.
Okay.
He trended more for saying something because sometimes, Skip, the only success you can have is taking a bite out of somebody that's successful. He trended more for what he said about LeBron than anything he ever done in the NBA.
That's a fact.
Now that's a problem.
Yep.
That's a problem.
No, it's not a problem because how long ago was he in the league? And has he been a podcaster, a YouTuber for like several years now? So it's kind of what he do. It's kind of his profession, like what you're doing, right? Coming to the defense of a LeBron James. It's like what Skip does. This is what you guys do for a living, right? So that's what he does for a living. I don't understand why we criticize one but not the other. But let's continue.
Now, whatever you're good at, that's what you should be like trending for. Kwame Brown dropped 30 and 20. Kwame Brown had a triple-double.
Bullshit.
We can't pull up nothing where they said Kwame Brown ever had a great game. But he want to take a shot. And the nerds will look at the stat line. You ain't got to look at the stat line. Go watch the game. If you didn't think LeBron James played great in that game, sometimes you can play great, Skip, and still lose. Sometimes you can play bad and win. That's happened. But I don't get. I'm just trying to figure out what was Kwame hoping to accomplish. Because he jumped on there like he's like, oh, and LeBron James, you supposed to be a superstar. You supposed to be one of these all-time great. You're supposed to be? No. You were supposed to be an all-time great player. You were supposed to be a superstar. That was the suppose. Not LeBron. LeBron James is everything that people thought he would be and more.
Yep.
You are what people.
Okay, I agree. LeBron surpassed the hype. But the question I'm asking y'all, it's a real simple, basic question. So if you played in the NBA before, right, you're not allowed to have any commentary about any current players. You're not allowed to kind of add your 2 cents. You're not allowed to chime in. I mean, we got all the talking heads on all the sports shows. They get to chime in. So because he's not what uh one of the power media companies, he can't speak his piece. Of course he's trending because he has followers and he has people that listen to him. Now, I mean, so do you, Shay, and your podcast is popping too. So I'm trying to understand the nature of the criticism in terms of him having an opinion and why it becomes personal. Why you go after this man personal for having an opinion about a current sporting event just like you do. I'm trying to figure out what the basis of the criticism is. Now you could disagree with his opinion, but saying he don't have a right and personally attacking him for sharing his opinion, that's where I'm confused.
You became nothing of what you were supposed to be.
Yeah.
I just don't get his end game. I don't hope. Bruh, go at Gilbert Arenas. Go at Stacks and Matt Barnes that's been on your head. LeBron James has never said anything about you. And you gonna take a shot at the man, why? Because you know what, I'm trending. And you don't get people on my social media page. Bro, you a joke. You a joke. You from the crib, you from down, you're a joke. Really, real talk, you a joke.
Okay, my turn on this, and I hear everything you just said. Believe it or not, I was on the phone with Michael Jordan the night before that draft, and I asked him, which way are you leaning? And he said, Kwame. And I couldn't argue or respond because I didn't know Kwame's game. I mean, how could I know? Because I hadn't seen him at all.
His game was that he was 7 foot tall in
Yeah.
high school and he dominated. But I don't think he didn't win a state championship his year.
Okay, but I didn't see him because he wasn't on TV, so I didn't know what we were even talking about. I just knew of him. I knew his
Right.
name. But when these guys get picked 1 overall and they flop, I don't blame them. I blamed who picked them because that's on Michael Jordan. You got to know better, right? I can't condemn Kwame for getting picked 1 overall and not living up because you could just see right away he can't live up.
Right.
Right. He should not have been the first overall pick.
What's Kim?
See, there you go. Let's start assigning accountability where it should be. Because the whole time I noticed on all these Kwame Brown conversations, nobody never criticizes Mike, Gabe Poland, who was, I think, the owner at the time, the organization, the rest of the front office. Nobody is criticizing any of these people. Everything falls on to Kwame, who was an 18-year-old high school kid who got drafted to a team to play with the GOAT. I'm just saying, I'm not saying Kwame couldn't have played better. I don't know what his work ethic was like or any of that. I'm just saying that finally we got somebody looking at the whole picture. Keep going, Skip.
Right?
He could have been first, second, third. He could have been 21st. He was terrible.
Okay,
The way
thank
he
you.
got picked had nothing to do with the bus.
Okay, but he shouldn't have gone 1 because you know now he averaged for his career 7 points and 6 rebounds. Well, you can't take him first.
So hell, Skip, if
Well,
if you pick him 15, 7 points and 6 rebounds is terrible there too.
That's on Michael Jordan. I'll say it again. I'm the biggest Jordan fan as a player, but I think Jordan has proven to be the all-time worst GM.
Yeah, Skip, and that might be the case.
Okay, now, thank you. Because down here in Charlotte, what they looking like? Huh? Now, we ain't talking about MJ the player. We talking about MJ, the front office executive team owner. They look like dirt, don't they? Straight wet garbage. We ain't even considering Charlotte, are we? Huh? Do they even come up in the conversation, you guys? So, as a front office executive, he been missing the mark over and over and over and over again. As a front office executive, I don't know if the players get to the team and he treat them the way that he treated Kwame, huh? Mr. Bully Jordan. We don't know, because he has a reputation of being a bully. Yeah, he's the greatest basketball player of all time, so we're going to overlook any of those idiosyncrasies and shortcomings. But at the same time, it's out there. He was a bully. Who else punches Steve Kerr? Like, come on. You punched a little white guy. But anyway, let's continue.
case. But at some point in time, we got to stop blaming these execs for players not. Look at Austin Reed.
Okay, but Kwame, you could see it after a year. He wasn't a first round pick. He wasn't a second round pick. He should have been undrafted, right? That's how he played.
He's doing what he's supposed to do now. Now he's a big-ass farmer.
All right.
He's the tallest farmer in America. How about that?
Okay. To his credit, every time he does these videos, he'll say at some point, and I wrote down the quote in the middle of this one, he said, "I know I was a bust." So he just readily acknowledges everything you just say.
No, but what he's trying to do is that he's trying to take ownership to take the toxicity out of it.
Well,
he said,
but he said, just call me a fan. I'm just a fan now.
No. You
okay.
can't be no fan.
Okay.
What, there ain't no self-put fans.
Well, there are. But
who? They played in the NBA. They were good.
Okay, but I mean, a lot of there's 7-footers who didn't play basketball.
They
right?
ain't no fan.
Okay.
I mean, they don't have comments talking trash about somebody else that's historically and transcendently great.
All right. So what?
Get off his dick,
What
Shannon.
small credibility does Kwame have? Well, he did play with Jordan, and he did play with Kobe. So he has firsthand knowledge of what they look like and how they react.
Yeah,
right?
and I have firsthand knowledge of what they thought of him and what he looked like.
Okay. All right. I got you. But
Okay, Shannon, you don't get to discredit everything he say by attacking this man. You looking real weak right now, and your heart looks soft. I'm just telling you, I don't care how big you are. I don't care what car you drive. I don't care what kind of money you got. None of that shit is important to me. If you got a weak heart, you're going to be a weak man. That's bottom line shit. No matter what you got or how big you are, you got a weak heart. Shannon, you're looking like you got a whole heart there, brother. You're looking like you got a hole in your heart. Stop attacking this man personally. Unless you have a sexual relationship with LeBron James, your defense of him is kind of unreasonable and hard to explain at this point.
But he has a tiny bit of credibility just because he actually played basketball with both those players.
That's right.
He
You
played
didn't,
with
Shay.
a lot of other players.
You didn't, Shay.
Okay, how'd that work out for him?
All right. Well,
They couldn't wait to get rid of him, huh?
All right, I got it. Now, here's my issue with what Kwame was criticized. Okay, first of all, he disqualified himself because he was acting like he was a disgruntled bettor because there was a line about, you made me bet my money on this game. Like, I lost my money betting on you. Well, nobody made you. He's saying, I thought you were so good that I bet on you in game 4 and you let me down. Well, now he's just axe to grind better,
Right.
like a million others.
Yeah, kind of like what
Sore loser.
when Bradley Beal got into it with the guy and he said, you cost me my fantasy or you cost me some money.
All right. Now, his criticism, for me, lost me because we got to the moment of truth, and I get it. He had 2 last shots, and I
Right.
told you the day we came out here on Tuesday morning, he didn't even get the ball up to the rim on either one of them. And I blame the coach, the play,
Yeah.
LeBron, and I also credit the defense on
Yeah.
both of them because
Yes.
it was supreme defense.
Right.
It was superior defense
Right.
on both plays. Because LeBron on the first play winds up with some fall away on the baseline.
Going out of bounds, yeah.
Yeah, and it hits the side of the backboard. Okay, you as a team, you can do better than that. You can get a better shot than that. Then on the final play, Kwame is condemning LeBron for flopping and trying to get the refs to bail you out.
No.
Shannon, okay, you know me. I'm the one who said from the start, don't just pull up and shoot a 3 because that's
Right.
not your forte.
Right.
That's not your
Now look at Davis. He out there all by himself. This is the time where maybe LeBron didn't make the right basketball play. Maybe he didn't make the right basketball play. But he definitely put it on his shoulders and tried to win. Let's just finish this shit up.
strength is your strength.
Right.
Your strength is to put your head down and go to the
Attack
bucket.
the rim.
And if required, if it gets to that, if you have to go stand there and shoot those free throws, even though that has not also been your strength, maybe this time you can go stand there by yourself 15 feet away. You're going to have to make both of them to get to overtime. Maybe you can do it.
Right.
But he risked the free throws this time because he put his head down.
Correct.
And I told you the next day, I have mixed emotions. I love that.
Right.
Because he should have done that 1,000 other times, and he took.
All right. So, essentially, here's my thing with Shannon Sharp. I just got one question for you, Uncle Shay Shay. When Antonio Brown was on LeBron James' little barbershop show, right? That so many other people didn't copy, didn't emulate it. When he was on that show, and Antonio Brown was shitting on you, Shannon, did LeBron speak up for you? Remember, I know y'all didn't all seen the memes and the posts on the internet where people say, they want people that speak up for them in the room when they not there. Well, Shannon, you had a chance to speak up LeBron, you had a chance to speak up for Shannon when Shannon wasn't in the room and you did. He didn't try to fight John Moran's dad for you. He didn't got on TV every day and just tugged at your Johnson. And you didn't return that favor when you had the opportunity. So I don't know if y'all got a relationship outside of the public, public sphere. But I'm just gonna say, Shannon, you're hitching your wagon to a train that's essentially ran out of steam. So might be time to get off the train and board something else. And I'm sure y'all will see Shannon on John Morant's or somebody else's Johnson here in the next year or so when LeBron stops playing, because that seems to be the way that he kind of generates his energy. In defense, Skip is more of an antagonizer, except when it comes to Brady. So we see this and we know you defending, but was Kwame wrong? You don't have to agree with his opinion, but it don't make him wrong. He have a right to speak his piece. He got a right to, share his views, and you don't have a right to attack him personally over his views. This is the bullshit that we've been dealing with a lot today in our society is if somebody disagrees with somebody, then it becomes a personal matter, right? And it's no longer about the topic at hand. So let's just stick to the topic at hand, keep everything above board, and stop the personal attacks, please. And if don't nobody else tell you, I'm going to tell you I love you like a play cousin in a minute.